I, Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, hereby command that you do not listen or subscribe to the Dragon Ball 4 Life podcast. Whatever you do, would you defy royalty? No! Bye!
Last time on Dragon Ball 4 Life.
All right.
Hold on. All right, good brother Trav. You already know why we here. 10-second, no context recap. Are you ready? 10 seconds on the clock, good buddy.
You know, I haven't had my coffee yet, but we're going to give it a go.
All right, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Shin, Goku, and Gloria got their whipjack, so they had to follow the drinking gourd to find bugs that heal and fuse them, only to meet Pansy and save her from Goma's guards, robbing the hardworking people of their lives.
Time. Ooh, right on 10 seconds. Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? Still got it. Still got
Mikey dropped that beat.
I'm saying play that shit.
We have your attention, please, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball 4 Life, where you come for the content, but you stay for the culture. And we talking about Chi-Chi whipping up some Chi-Chi. You know, we talking about Master Roshi getting a little toasty. You know, because Mr. Popo do be in the know, bro. And yes, while Krillin do be chilling, we the on fire force, and we betting it all on black. Frieza. 'Tis I, the frozen one, Mr. Matthew Porter, aka Mr. More Than Just a Pretty Jace, here with my podtonic life partner, the Trunks to my future, cause ain't no Gotens on this side, my forever Dende one, Planet Namek at the disco himself, Mr. Troto Trav. Talk to the people, Trav. Already! Special guest appearances.
Is this thing on?
It is.
Saying, don't I say this with pride, Rennie? Because Lord Beerus knows I never been a cheater. That's why I stay with one woman and have my fur baby, like Vegeta. Let's get it.
Her.
Let's
love both
get
of
it.
them. Let's get it. Snaps all around. I feel like this is Rennie's first physical appearance on the pod. We've heard her vocally a couple times.
Yeah, you know, I'm at the folks, and she came downstairs and said, "Hold up! I heard they recording."
She said, "Oh, we live? Oh, we live?"
I'm gonna adjust the light in here real quick because I got a little glare. But talk to the people, Mr. Porter.
Big facts. So we got a special episode. So last week when episode reaction for 4 came out, people might have been a bit perplexed. It's like we got 1, 2, 3, we got 1 and 2, and then we just went to 4. Why is that, guys? So there was a method to our madness. So over the weekend, you know, another happy birthday shout out to our good brother Choto Trav himself.
Thank you.
Had a birthday that just passed.
Another year around the world, but you know,
blessings.
It's been a good year, and we're gonna keep them going.
1000%. We want opulence for you, good brother. That's what we got going on for this year. But as part of our birthday festivities, me and Trav decided to go take ourselves to go see the dubbed release of Dragon Ball Daima's episode 1 through 3. So that's why we did not do an episode review of 3, because we knew that we had that coming up on the docket and went right to 4. So we just was going to share our brief experience with that, because we pretty much already did the reviews for 1 and 2. It's just the dubbed version of it. But something that me and Trav did notice, we kind of do felt that we understood the plot a bit better with the English dub. And I don't know if part of that was just, you know, even though we're seasoned vets, you know, we true to this, not new to this, there is sometimes moments as person who's a predominant original English original what's the word I'm looking for? Not English. English is the original language.
English first
that we
speaker?
speak. Yes, a predominantly English speaker. Sometimes you can get lost in reading the text and you might miss something, or sometimes you might get lost in the action and maybe kind of like skim through the text instead of like digesting it fully. So having that dubbed version, me and Trav did both collectively come out of that kind of feeling like, oh, hey, I kind of understand the workings of the demon realms. Maybe some of the translations lines were changed because I won't say that we insiders, but we know some people in the voice acting world, and we know the process a bit, and we know that sometimes the translation isn't always a 1-to-1, or sometimes they need to change the dialogue to feel to better communicate what they feel kind of matches with the scene. So one of the things I know that I did want to bring up that I don't remember in the sub, but again, sometimes I might have got lost in just having new animated Dragon Ball content, and I might have just skimmed through some sentences. Exactly. There was a line that Krillin has said to Goku just about a wish that was made about wiping the memory of Majin Buu from everybody on planet Earth, or pretty much anybody who had come into in contact with Majin Buu when he was in his evil phase. They pretty much scrubbed the memory so that fat Buu or good Buu, let's not body shame. We come all shapes and sizes, baby.
He's just Buu, okay?
He's just Buu.
He's got feelings too.
Exactly. He doesn't need an identifier. He's just Buu. It's just Buu, baby. But they scrubbed the memory of all the bad shit that happened with Majin Buu and Bobby and everything from the people of Earth or the people who come in contact with him, so that good Buu, our guy Buu, could just kind of live a peaceful life. Which I don't remember that in the sub, but I'm not saying it wasn't there. I'm saying I don't remember that. But I thought that was a kind of an interesting take, because I never really thought about that. And I kind of feel like we talk about, our guy Toriyama or Toibo, Tortaro. We kind of talk about like beats that either are forgotten, i.e. launch, or retconned or changed sometimes to like better suit the narrative. I never had given it any thought that Buu was just kind of living with Hercule and existing. I kind of chalked it to, like the people of Earth were aware of the battle on Supreme Kai's planet. Maybe they just, gave him the Vegeta treatment. Like, all right, you were bad, but you helped us out, so now we like you again. So I just thought it was that. But just kind of adding that little detail did kind of make it more sense, because like Buu literally annihilated all of human existence on planet Earth. That's a little, Vegeta had a little isolated part of Earth when him and Nappa came down. They fucked up one town. They fucked up one town, but Buu killed everyone. Human eradication, full human eradication. So just that little kind of
it was a nice refresher, because I remember at the end of the Buu saga, when they made that wish, they had also included they made another wish to wipe all the memories of Majin Buu from the people. So it was a good refresher that totally forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. I was about to say, because I haven't watched the fucking Buu saga in shit since it came out, and it's outside of a very few iconic episodes that always make it into my YouTube playlist every now and again when I'm feeling nostalgic. I haven't watched the Buu saga back in its entirety, so totally forgot about that. And then through all the Super, Boo's he's literally like comic relief side character. He's not involved. So it's just kind of like, oh yeah, he lives with Hercule. That's his man's. But yeah, having them bring that back up, which goes just to the point that I was bringing up, that I thought it warms my heart and makes me chuckle a bit when plot points that we feel like we're forgotten about just kind of like pop back up randomly, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Oh, good shit, yo.
It was dope, because number one, shout out to Stephanie Nadaldi.
Oh yes, the main event.
For those that follow the pod, she was our 100th guest. Or the 100th episode, I should say. And it was a very special episode for a very special guest. And at the time when we spoke to her, whether it was an NDA and she couldn't say anything, but, it seemed like that she wasn't in the horizon for future franchises of Dragon Ball. But she very much expressed her desire to come back. And we were like, we would love to see you return. And Lord behold, we saw the trailer, and when we heard her voice, saw her name, and had the little Leonardo DiCaprio meme, and just pointed like, there we go.
I know that voice anywhere.
Right. So shout out to the icon, legend, Stephanie Nadolny returning.
So happy to have you back.
Oh man. And then another thing too that was, overall the English voice cast was phenomenal. It was really really interesting
to see who they picked for different voices. I don't recognize a lot of the voice actors by voice, but it was interesting. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and like when we saw who the voice actors were, I'm pretty sure they're all new voice actors. So this is a great opportunity to hear them in a iconic franchise, and so like hearing Kid Vegeta, Kid Piccolo, everybody. It was just I was wondering once we heard everyone else speak, would we hear like Chris Sabat try to sound like a kid?
Yeah, or like a chibi Chris Sabat.
Right, but no, these are all brand new voice actors that are representing
and they sound like younger actors. Like like younger, which is, I mean, I guess through English dub, unless you're like super.
Hold on, Rennie is pooping downstairs.
Oh, you good, bro? We back.
The first.
But Mikey gonna put some fun waiting stuff in there.
She's like I said, she's fully potty trained, but yeah, I mean, she should have been let out.
Big facts. Well, speaking of kids, these small children voice actors, like these voice actors who are portraying small kids. But we were talking about, how funny that would have been if Chris Sabat trying to like play a young Vegeta. I will say one thing that I was super excited about with little Vegeta. The actor who's portraying him, and I do apologize for not knowing people's names off the top of my head, but we'll have that information for you for sure. Shit, we might even try to get them on the show. Who knows? Right. Like, who knows? But they brought back the Vegeta rasp. Like young Vegeta had like the raspiness, and I remember humble stunt from our interview with Chris Sabat. And if you're just a Dragon Ball fan, you've known from the Dragon Ball Z Funimation era. It's no secret here. Spoiler alert: Chris Sabat does the voice for both Piccolo and Vegeta. But back in the Dragon Ball Z Funimation era, Piccolo had a lot more of a deeper voice, and Vegeta had like that rasp that kind of matched the Ocean dub's Vegeta's rasp, and that was kind of like a very synonymous gravelly thing for him. But as Super came along, kind of noticed that Vegeta and Piccolo sound very the same.
I should have just said it because I had it in my head, and y'all always say I'm good with names, but I was gonna say Paul Castro Jr. is the voice actor for Mini Vegeta, and that is.
Let's go. That's the insider, bro. It's Trav, our insider. That's what we do.
Man, I try. But
coming to you live from the Hyperbolic Time Chamber.
Yeah, so shout out to Paul Castro Jr., man.
Shout out to him. But we had asked Chris that with later in life, what was the reasoning like kind of for the tonal shift in Vegeta? Was it because like Vegeta's getting older? And he told us straight up, like doing that graveliness for Vegeta fried his vocal cords, or it's harder for him to recover back from doing that. So he kind of had to find a new way to deliver Vegeta. So I kind of felt that it was not that there's anything wrong with like the Super or Kai version of Vegeta's voice, but the graveliness of Vegeta's voice has always been like one of my favorite things about him. It's just like kind of set him apart from like different characters. And like a lot with like Dodoria, we talked about like his graveliness, like how they got kind of like that speaker reverb when he speaks, which I like a lot. Right. But having a little Vegeta had the graveliness again. I thought that was like, look. It was very interesting because I will say, not to stay on this too long, I was so taken aback and happy with Stephanie's return to the franchise. I never really thought about that. The rest of the cast will be English speaking actors as well. So it really didn't. It really didn't register with me like who they were going to get to do what. Not even that. Not that I thought that I might know some of them by name, but who knows? But that definitely, outside of having Stephanie come back, which was like the big thing, like if you don't bring her back, it's gonna definitely feel like a weird vibe because like she's so synonymous like with that character. That's got to be something we've talked about that with her. That's got to be a quite a humbling but proud experience that like you're synonymous with two iconic characters like in the nerd space, like Teen Gohan or just Gohan period through the Funimation era, and then Goku through Dragon Ball and GT. Just having that like under your belt, like what one person would be happy with like one legendary voice acting role that like they're just kind of linked to, and here she has two in the same damn IP. That. So
for real.
But I feel like everybody's voice that they picked, I like Piccolo's voice. I enjoy, like he sounds very astute.
Oh yeah, and shout out to that voice actor is and forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his last name, but Nassim Benokor. So
love it.
Yes, sir.
Love
yes, sir. So, yeah, man,
Yeah.
I think every single voice actor did their thing. For those that, well, I was gonna say, you should definitely see it in theaters, but it's no longer showing in theaters. But once the English dub is released, and I don't know at the timing of this recording, I haven't seen it up and available. But when it is available, even though you're watching the Japanese English sub version, I highly recommend that everybody still watch the dub as well, just especially if you grew up on the dub, because I think that number one, giving shine and giving attention to these new voice actors, we're always big proponents of supporting the up and comers, but also too, like, I just think they did a phenomenal job. I think that every voice actor was picked perfectly, and I'm so excited to see more of Daima and what they can do in the future scenes. And yeah, and it's kind of like it almost feels, I wouldn't even say it's not a passing of the torch, but it's kind of like when once again, DB4L bring up sports references. It's like when
goddamn right,
you clinched your playoff spot and the starters are getting a couple rest games in before the playoffs, and so or it's just a regular season and some of the guys are resting, so we letting the young players shine. They're gonna play 30 to 35 minutes.
What's Saquon say? Let the young guys eat.
Exactly.
Let the young guys eat.
And so I think, and because I'm sure without how seasoned Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, all of them are, I'm sure they could have found a way. Because I mean, like, Masako Nozawa, she's still voicing.
It does both.
Yeah, but they all these guys,
which works. It works.
Oh yeah, no, she's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
1000%.
I'm sure all of those guys could. They're just so seasoned where I'm sure they could find a way to adjust their voice to a mini version of their characters. But the fact that all of them are on board and fully in on, let the young boys cook. Let the young boys cook. So, yeah, shout out to all the English dub voice actors, and cannot wait to see the future episodes.
Facts. I do want to, as since we're shouting out the mini voice actors, I do want to shout out Taylor Murphy really quick, who played Minnie Bulma. Her portrayal or rendition sounds just like Bulma sounded in like the Funimation era of Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, like just like it, like to the point that I was just like, oh shit, she's doing this, the kid version too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was her. Like
they did an excellent job casting, bro.
Yeah. I thought it was Tiffany Vollmer. Believes the voice actor from Bulma, like the one that we're kind of like synonymous with, the one that we know very well. From like the 90s and 2000s. But yeah, so yeah, Taylor Murphy again. We'll try to get like whoever we can get from Daima. We'll take whoever wants to come.
Listen, we want to talk you all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Man, manifest all of y'all. But if everybody can't make it, whoever can make it, we'll take it.
Right.
For sure. But yeah, no, like you said, Trav. I like, whether I know what they've done or whether they're like, this is like one of their first projects, I'm pretty sure these are names that we're going to hear for like many years to come.
For sure.
Moving forward, because like they killed it. Like, they're killing it. They've killed it. It definitely adds a whole nother layer to it. Again, we've talked about this. Usually how I start an anime is how I usually got to ride out with it. So, as I started with the sub so that we could obviously get into it. And I wasn't waiting. Like new Dragon Ball anime, I wasn't waiting. But I'm definitely going to make it a point to like listen to the dub as well. Because like they've just done a really good job.
100%.
Like Glorio's voice. I liked like how they picked with him. Because that was one that I was interested about. Because like Glorio has a very deep voice in the sub, so I didn't know if they were gonna go, and something that we do learn about ages in episode 5 when we get there, I didn't know if they were gonna go with like an adult sounding voice actor, or like go with like a young teenage, like a younger adult sounding voice actor. So I was very curious about that, and they went with like the younger, which I was like, all right, bet, let's go. Because like I said, you kind of can't tell like how old he's supposed to be in the sub, because he has a very deep voice.
Right.
A very prominent deep voice. But that was something cool. But I guess we can kind of touch on episode 3 a bit just before we kind of get into 5, because I got to take my kids to school soon. But man, so essentially with 3, we won't sit on it too much since we've pretty much already gone past that point. But just to kind of revert back into the past a bit, 3 is essentially the little pit stop that Glorio, Shin, and Goku take before he gets chopper jacked, and they got to go roughing it through the demon realm. And they stop at this little town with a bar and an inn, and Goku obviously got to eat, so he gets some demon burgers, get some demon burgers and fries. I will say, outside of not too much happened in this episode, because we got way more like plot movement and story exposition like from 4 and 5. But I will say, having the first official fight scene, man, it felt good, man.
Oh yeah,
it felt good getting back
in action.
Yeah, not even just that, but we've talked about. And Super did a good job balancing this, but like one of the big points of criticism for GT is that they went far away from the signature fighting style of Dragon Ball Z. A lot of key blasts, not a lot of hand-to-hand combat, a lot of like big moves. What's another sports reference, Nick Sirianni, where we're always looking for the explosive play. We're always looking for the explosive play. That's how GT's fighting style felt. It was just like kill shot, big move, couple punch.
Yeah.
So like with Daima clearly having a lot of like GT metaphors. Did you see that somebody had posted on Twitter like the poster for Daima like literally matches the poster for GT, like the promotional poster?
See that.
Yeah, it's literally like Pansy's doing the same exact pose as Pan, like Goku's in the same exact pose.
Wow, Pan and Pansy.
Yeah, didn't even think about it till somebody posted this shit. Yeah, but somebody was just like, "Yo, they're not even trying to hide it at this point."
Nah.
But with those GT undertones or shit overtones, we didn't know how they were gonna like treat with the combat. But I loved, and we talked about this, Trav. Us potentially wanting to go back in time and do a Dragon Ball rewatch before a lot of our Z fighters, our main characters, became like literal god tier characters. A lot of it was just about the combat. Dragon Ball Z, first and foremost, is a fighting show. It's a fighter first, it's a show second. So, when being able to see like a younger Goku have to but adjust his fighting style to be a more hand-to-hand style without any ki blast, because he's still like learning his young body. Just seeing that fight scene was crispy, bro. That bar fight scene, that was so good, man. It was so good.
I mean, and it's just a good switch up, right? Because obviously from Super, from Z, and all the fight scenes we've been seeing, it's been all right. We're gonna go to this planet, we're gonna transform to our strongest transformations, and we're gonna duke it out. So just kind of seeing an old school raw, like just like bar fight, a couple ruffians drunk, and then trying to disrupt Goku while he's trying to have a demon burger with cheese. Yeah, man, I liked it.
He said a Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It felt good. And like you said, like, you feel me? And like you said, seeing the power pole back in action is always a nostalgia pop that's gonna get me, like, for sure. I can't wait for Nimbus to make their triumphant return. I'm still waiting for that. We see Nimbus all through the promotional material. I'm waiting for Nimbus to show back up in the TV show. That's gonna be dope for sure. But I guess we can move on to 5. Yeah, like I said, there wasn't too much in 3 that we really needed to cover since we did 4 already. But episode 5, referred to as Pansy, which we mentioned it is the name of the Majin princess plot twist that Goku met at the end of episode 4. The bandit, the rebel trying to take down Goma's forces. So we meet her. We learn that she's a Majin. So here's a question that I have for you, Trav, that maybe you might have caught. Is the group, like the group of people who look like Pansy and Glorio, are those all Majins, or is that like a title or a designation versus like a race of people? I was a bit confused with that, because they straight up referred to Pansy as a Majin. I don't remember them referring to Glorio as one, but again, that also could just be something that I missed.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I'm looking at it is, I think Majins might be like considered, I don't know I don't know if
because Bobbity definitely doesn't look like Pansy.
Right. And so I don't know yet if it's a race or a class. Like for example, when Glorio says to Shin, "Oh, aren't you a Glenn?" And he was kind of like, "Why would you be in the third demon realm?" Because Glens sound like they're in like royalty. Like they seem like they're in the upper echelon elite.
Like angelic.
Exactly. So like maybe it's like a class, like maybe like Majin is like, you know, whether if it's the normal people and then like a step above is like the warriors, but I'm not sure. You know, I can't recall if they've actually explain exactly what it means to be a Majin in a demon realm, but the way that I'm looking at it from the context clues, I'm thinking it's a class that you're designated in.
That's what I was starting to move toward, because like literally outside of, you know, height and gender, Glorio and Pansy seem to be the same race of people, but like I said, they've to my recollection have not referred to Glorio as a Majin. But like that was like right out the gate. Paige was like, "Yeah, I'm a Majin." Like, and she showed us like her little bit of magic. And she's a mech neck. She's a Star Wars reference. She's real big into the mechanics and everything. Her and Bulma are gonna get along great. I feel like it's either gonna be like a frenemy.
That's gonna. Huh?
Yeah, I feel like it's either going to be like a frenemy, like, ooh, who this bitch type of situation. Like, but I respect her. I respect her. I mean, I like her secretly, but outside, I'm not going to let you know. Or they're going to like click instantly.
For comedic relief, I could see Pansy hitting on Vegeta.
that would be amazing.
You know, she's the princess, and then you know what they're going to do.
That might be something.
My prediction is, it's a comedic relief prediction that they're gonna mention that Vegeta was the prince of all Saiyans, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm a princess." Maybe
her dad gonna be like, "Yo,
yes." And then Vegeta's gonna be like, Goku. "I'm already married and have kids." Like, let's say with Goku, like.
Yeah. But just to kind of run through 5 real quick, and then we can kind of get into it, because we learned some new things here, and I liked 5 a lot. But essentially, Pansy takes us back to the third Demon Realms castle. A lot less opulent than Goma's castle. a little bit on the worst for wear. It's on like a mountainside cliff, but I'm here to like it.
Yeah, we're learning that the third Demon Realm is not the most affluent out of all the demon
these streets
worlds.
Remind me of quicksand.
Like it ain't bad, but it definitely seems like it ain't the greatest of the 3.
Yeah, you know what'll be funny? Like, again, comedic relief. If like when we get to the second Demon Realm, it's like on some like megalopolis shit. Like it's Metropolis. Like it's just nice and shit. Just buildings.
Tech is great. Everything is
flying cars, highways.
and then the first Demon World, whether it was Dabura or now Goma, they're like, look, y'all acting too techy. We trying to do a balance of both. You know,
big facts. But that would be, because like you said, like the third Demon Realm, like you said, it's not terrible. Like it's not crazy. Like, you know, it's nice scenery. You know,
it's the working class. It's the working class.
Exactly. Blue collar collar workers.
You know? They bring their lunch pail to work, as they always say.
1000%. That I always think of the iconic. Anytime someone says like blue collar working class, I always think of like that super old school picture of like the guy sitting on the work beam up high, like with their lunch pails and shit. That's what I always think about every time for some reason. But yeah, we learned that Pansy's the princess. Here's one thing that I want to say. I'm not gonna say that, you know, Shueisha or, you know, the real life Capsule Corp or Toybles, aka, you know, Toritaro or Toriyama. I'm not gonna say that they've listened to this podcast. I'm gonna hope that they have, or someone has, or, you know, it's whispered down the lane somewhere. But our justified criticism of Shin, I feel like it's being washed away just in this city, because my man's has been on his fucking grizzy. He hasn't been playing. He's been catching the lies. He's been catching the manipulations. He's been catching That's not what you said yesterday. He on his shit, bro. Shin is on his shit. Goku is oblivious to whatever Glorio's mastermind plan is. Now that we know that Pansy's the princess and Kadan is the king for the third one, I'm still not totally off of that Glorio might be like a banished prince. Maybe he's a banished prince of a different king. Maybe the second, like, who knows? I'm still not totally off of that, but Glorio's clearly not telling us the truth. And Shin picked up, which I thought was really good. I'm really liking how they're writing this mystery, because it's like, it's not overbearing to the plot, and like Goku's obliviousness like kind of like makes you forget about it intentionally, so that way when Glorio does some schemy shit, it's like, oh yeah, he lying. But I love the part where when we first meet Glorio, he told us on the lookout that he was sent by the third realm's demon king, and that he heard about what was happening, and that's why he came to assist the help of Goku. But we now learn when he shows up to the castle that he actually sought out an audience with the king, because the guards at the gate was just like, hey,
yo, you came to me.
Exactly, like you was here yesterday.
Me,
he said to me, to me.
Yeah.
And Shin picks up on that. Goku doesn't pick up on it,
and he didn't tell the king that they were kids either.
Yes, you beat me by 1 second. Deadliest backcourt in the league, bro. But yeah, so Shin noticed during that interaction that the king was surprised at Goku's shape and age, because like you had mentioned, Trav, he tries to like form a union and betroth Pansy to Goku, and Goku's like, my bad, bro, I'm married with kids. Like I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you, Doc.
They say y'all some weirdos. Like y'all should be arrested.
Y'all some freaky motherfuckers over there in the outer world.
a kid with a kid. Hold up, let's call up Kendrick, certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Like what the fuck is going on?
He's a freaky ass nigga. He's a 69 god.
Yeah, nah, that was interesting, because I mean but you know what? I'm like starting to kind of think now. There's
Give it to me, daddy, yo.
I think there's not too many, but there's so many like instances like this where it would lead to Glorio having some sort of devious plan on his own, where he's not a good guy, where I think that that's what they're hoping people are going to start thinking, where
when really it's not that.
Reality,
that's the vibe I'm getting
he still is a good guy, but he's trying to overthrow whoever is. There's a bigger threat that isn't Goma that I think Glorio knows about, and this is why he's recruited Goku and his friends. Well, specifically Goku, because he was the one who technically in their eyes beat Majin Buu. But I think that he is aware of something bigger that is a real threat to not just the demon realm, but to the whole outside world, just everything. And we're gonna learn and meet this person later on in the show, but I don't know. I feel like there's all these little breadcrumbs and instances where everyone is now starting to think Glorio has some mischievous motives, but I don't know.
He's a red herring.
Right. I'm starting to think that maybe that's the angle that they want us to get, and then hit us with the big surprise of, no, actually, it's this person.
And we've seen this trope in anime so much, where you have like the street urchin that be like stealing from shops, and everybody thinks he's just like this damn bad degenerate, but really he has a little brother and sister in this abandoned shack, and they haven't eaten for days, and it's like, a thief with a heart of gold. But I've been getting that vibe too, because I don't think his intentions are nefarious or he's a ne'er-do-well, but I do feel like whatever his end game is might be a bit more in line with his own situation than it being like a group situation. Right. It could also be, Glorio was in the room when Goma was like, hashing out his plan and what he wanted to do with his wishes. Maybe it could be as simple, or at least involve that third demon eye. Maybe Glorio's like, fuck, like if he gets that third demon eye, we're screwed. Or if anybody gets that, we're screwed. So maybe he's like, if I get it, I can liberate the people. Like, or whatever the situation may be. Right. It could be that. But that's,
and who knows, I was just gonna say, who knows? Someone who's watching him could be waiting for him to get that demon eye that he wants to use for good, and then they run up and jack it from him, and boom. Now exactly. They got it, and now we got a problem.
Exactly. We also get an answer for how the other Z fighters are going to get into the demon realm, and I'm very excited about that. King, I forgot his name that fast. I was about to call him Kadan. King Kadan has one of his guy. He has my man's cancel a hair appointment.
Yeah, my man. If any of y'all know,
if any of y'all know, like as a man in this world, we feel at our peakest after we get that fresh cut. Right? We are at our most efficient to do the job at the highest level of efficiency once we got that fresh cut.
Abyss was just trying to have himself a self-care Sunday.
That's all he was trying to do,
King
bro.
Said, nah, bro. We got business to attend. You got to reschedule.
He was trying. He said, we got Hy-Bizness.
Yeah, we got some high business to handle. Get your ass over here.
Name of this episode. He said, yeah. He said, all that shit sound good, but we got some high business, my guy.
Yeah. Like, he said that ain't going anywhere.
He said, go put your errand gi on, bro. Like, we got runs to make, bro.
He said, you do this, and then you can get 5 self-care Sundays.
Right, do what you got to do, bro.
You get some extra PTO.
Hy-Bizness was like, bro. He said my clay mask is about to set, bro. I can't do nothing right now.
He said, you better take the cucumbers off.
Right, facts. He said, you good, bro. He said, your skin is you're flourishing right now.
Right.
You're good. But Hy-Bizness goes and he chopper jacks another ship to then go. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They send some guys to go steal another ship that can go get the Z fighters. Or no, Hy-Bizness is gonna go get them and they steal a ship to take for themselves. Right? Is that what happens?
He sends his men to go steal a ship.
Right, because they needed another one. Because Goku
and
that's what it is. Yeah, so they needed a ship to go to the outside world to go get the rest of the Z fighters because they don't know
that they need a pin number. So Hy-Bizness said, "I got y'all."
Because Shin he slipped back into his old Shin ways for a brief moment, and he wasn't able to quickly tell Kibito what the pin number was. He slacked on that.
He ain't been back on campus in a minute. It's like when you visit the college that you graduated and see all these brand new dorms that are up, and you're like, damn, why didn't I get this when I was here?
We didn't get the rec room is crazy right now. Like, we didn't get any of this.
Every room has a TV mounted and built in. I had to bring my own John that I had to put on my stand, my nightstand. Like, what is this? Y'all living?
The food in the cafeteria is actually edible now. It actually looks pretty good.
They got healthy options where I'm not just eating Pizza Hut at 2 a.m. all the time.
They got the hot bar now.
Yeah, man, it's different out here.
Like, someone actually cleaned off the waffle station. That's crazy.
Shit's like, now y'all got security, huh? Okay. Y'all let Majin Buu get out, and now you're like, all right, we gotta up the security. Like, all right.
Oh, now the general store stays open past midnight. Okay, great. Thanks. Hey, thanks, guys. For sure. But yeah, he's going to go pick up the guys, bring them in. Again, I'm super excited. And I will say, I know at first I had complained many times that I did not want this to be a Goku Shin buddy cop traveling through the universe series. But I will say shout outs to the writers, because I'm going to appreciate the other Z fighters being there so much more that they didn't start off with the group. Like, it's like, not that I even need an injection of new life into this series, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it 5 episodes in, but I feel like it's going to like kick the show into another gear once Vegeta gets there. Right. Which it would have already been that had he went on the original trip. Like, you essentially would have like been starting off at like peak excitement, and then it's just like, well, where do you go from here? But like doing it this way, sending Goku first. Siri, girl.
Shut up, Siri.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Siri. I didn't even call you. And no, she's still talking. Hold on.
Yeah, Siri. But I'll get this thought off while you're telling Siri to chill. But the thing that why Daima is working so far versus like, and this is not that it was any sort of way going to be GT 2.0. But for those, I mean, look, we have Kid Goku and we have him traveling in a new world. But the thing that's different and why I think it works and why GT kind of fell flat was we're in a specific realm. Even though it has 3 different worlds, it's the demon realm. So there's more consistency. There's more time to build up the lore within that specific realm. Where with GT, they were bouncing from planet to planet, and like you only had a few episodes, maybe just one per planet that they were on. And so like they kind of went there, you know, did their thing, met a couple new characters, fought some other characters, and then they were out. So you didn't really feel any sort of attachment to those worlds that they were exploring. Where here,
that's right,
we're learning about all these different things about the demon realm. I mean, obviously the show is taking place within the demon realm, so like you have the whole series,
and this is only the 3rd world. We still got 2 more,
right. So I think because you know that you have this fleshed out time to really sit with it and learn about this realm, that's why I'm tuned in. A lot of people are tuned in, where with GT, it just kind of felt like, all right, we're on to the next, and you really didn't get that connection. You really didn't feel as if there was any sort of new characters that resonated with you, or ones that you could really kind of feel. And because when you watch a show, like when you watch shows like this, you want to feel a character. You want to be able to, you want to act as if, oh yeah, I know Glorio. Yeah, that's my man. Like, or oh nah, yeah, all right. But with GT, you couldn't really get that just because of how short of a time that like each new interaction was. So yeah, I mean that's why I think Daima, well, one of the many reasons that I think Daima is enjoyable and having its success right now.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said. And then not only that, but we know that it's been reported that lore and characters from Daima are gonna be brought back in some capacity for later Dragon Ball titles. And I feel like just through 5 episodes, to kind of go to your point, I already know that like when that episode or part in a movie or chapter in a manga shows up, where like one of these characters that we've like grown attached to really quickly shows back up, is gonna be like, oh my guy, or like, oh my girl, like whoever the character is, like whether it's Pansy or Glorio. Yeah, it's gonna be big.
I was gonna say it's gonna be epic if they're in some sort of fight against a foe that has techniques that they just can't counter, and then all of a sudden you just see
you just gonna hear
and then you see an older Glorio and an older Pansy just pop down. Because look, like if any of these characters that are introduced now come at a later time, that's 10 years from now, like, because they haven't appeared in Super during the 10-year time skip. So if they are gonna return at a later time, it's gonna be after Z, after that 10-year time skip. So, and that'll also be a funny, jealous Chi-Chi moment when if Pansy like returns as an adult at that point, or maybe no, she'd probably be, depending on how old. Well, she's 82. She's 82 right now, and but that's considered like young. That's like a child in the demon realm. So whatever 92 or 100 is considered, like, then she's gonna be old enough where she's gonna be able to make a joke to Goku, like, oh, so I'm ready to be married, and she's gonna be like, who the fuck is this?
She said, bitch.
You said, you bet. I was the first one that got this marriage set up at a tournament. You better recognize I was the first one.
She said I had it first,
right?
But that was another detail that we did learn. Not said specifically, but one could assume that it seems that the year cycle or time works the same. It just, again, this was never officially confirmed, just going based off the conversation about ages that Pansy was having with Goku. It seems that time works the same. They just live longer in the demon realm, because they said like the average age is like 1,000 years. in the demon realm. So like I said, this is my assumption just based off of them talking about like years and just time and everything. It seems that like the time lines up with the demon realm and the outer world. They just have longer lifespans there, which makes sense with, you know, the Namekians coming from the demon realm, because they age differently, because Piccolo in essence is only like a couple years older than Gohan. Like actually he was like 5 at the start of Dragon Ball Z. Like when he shows up to fight Raditz, my man's was like 7 years old or some shit. Like,
this is my own headcanon theory, but I'm gonna say the demon realm 1,000 years is equivalent to the human 100 years. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Pansy's around 8 years old. So I'm gonna go 82 by 10, like 8.2. So I'm gonna say she's around 8 years old right now.
I like that. Yeah, because I mean that kind of would line up with like Goma's parameters, because what he made them like second graders, third graders. Like when he made the wish,
something like that. Yeah,
he's like, yeah, like third grade.
They're definitely in elementary
middle school. Yeah, for sure. And with that, I like that. I actually like that a lot. That 1,000 years there time is kind of like 100 years outside in the outside world. I like that a lot. Actually, we get another firefight scene. King Kaden wants to test Goku's might. Once it was revealed that he was the person that stopped Goma's forces from sucking the lives out of the village, sucking the lives out of the children of Salem from sunrise over curtains. But so he puts him in like in a little fight pit, and Goku goes ham again. Another just ham. We do see a little brief moment of Super Saiyan-ness.
Yeah,
he's like, get on me. Hit him with the get on me. But yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, these fight scenes.
And he kind of just did it casually, like great. It was just natural. But I wish that scene they would have kind of acknowledged it a little bit more, of like Shin, like, oh, it looks like you're getting the hang of your body and adjusting to the demon realm and like just the atmosphere. So it was kind of like he did it and no one really said anything. It was just kind of like it happened.
I'm kind of on the other side of that than you. I liked that part because it reminded me of when Shin first showed up in Dragon Ball. Like a lot of villains or like a lot of characters who show up to Earth expecting these low mortal level characters, he expected the Z fighters just to kind of be washed. He expected them to be buns. He was like, y'all ain't putting in work. That's the Demon King down there. That's Yami and Spopovich. What you about to do with them? That's Poi Poi over there, bro. Like, are you crazy? Are you mad, bro? That's Poi Poi over there. What you about to do with that? So like, but as he became accustomed to the Z fighters, when he would like see other people sleep on them, he would always get that little smirk, like, "Oh, you about to find out the hard way." I thought this shit was sweet over here too. He said, "You about to see." And I like that. I like that kind of happened again, or has been happening again in the Demon World. We got a whole new world of people who doesn't know that Goku gives it up hands and feet. They don't know about this man. His reputation out there. So Shin being like, oh, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Right. So I've been enjoying that. Like every time they be like, oh, he'll never be able to overcome this challenge. And Shin's just like, man, this light work for my boy over here, bro. Like, he do this shit in his sleep, literally.
Right.
So I did like that Shin just been on some like, we'll see. Well, he said, you'll see. I already know how they give it up, which is gonna make it like so much more entertaining. Like when Vegeta shows up, because Goku holds back. Goku don't go full tilt during fights. He likes to test it out, especially like a new place, new people to fight. He's definitely gonna like base form it up. Where Vegeta's just like, yo, he don't work hourly. He's like, I don't get paid by the hour for these fights. Like he said, get in, get on, get out. That's how I'm coming up. So I'm gonna love seeing when he shows up. Also, I'm very intrigued because we know that Vegeta's fighting style, he is, I won't say predominantly, but he uses Ki Blast a lot more than Goku does. Like a big chunk of his offense is rapid Ki Blast. It's like one of his like go-to moves. I wonder how like that will play out in the Demon World. Because we know like the air is heavier, which makes them have to like expel more energy to like use to fly or use energy based attacks. So I wonder like if that's gonna switch up his fighting style as well. Just something small that's popped into my head. But yeah, at 5 episodes in,
but he gonna have to adjust. He gonna learn.
Yeah, 5 episodes in, and I'm enjoying this way more than I thought that I would. Like I will say, I won't say rightfully so, but I feel like coming from the Granola arc, which we were in agreement was about 2 fights too long. Like it dragged a bit. And then going from that right into superhero, which outside of the beginning, which was all new material, it essentially was the movie, which we didn't necessarily, we appreciate it and we're thankful for it, but we didn't necessarily need it, or we didn't need it to be that long. Like you told the movie over again. Could have been like 4 short chapters shorter.
Yeah, so like it was definitely
So coming into Daima, and we knew that there was a lot of GT similarities. I would say that there was a concern about how this show was going to play out, and then we like with them being little again, and it seeming like, even though like with the later time slot, we know that usually when Dragon Ball does that, then there will be like I won't say more mature, but it's not as catered towards children, but pre-learning that, knowing that they were going to make them small. I know we've had conversations that it seemed as if they were trying to gear up for the next generation of Dragon Ball fans. It didn't necessarily seem like Daima might have been for us, but they have quelled all of those fears of mine for sure.
Yeah, they're trying to definitely bridge the gap of just keeping us in while also drawing in the new fans. Did I lose you?
Nah, I'm still here, bro.
Oh.
my daughter just popped her head and was just like, "We need to go."
Okay. Well, it's time.
The boss says time to go. I kind of feel like we covered everything.
Yeah, I know. We did.
We got through all of it. But and next week Bex comes back. So we'll be the Trio of Danger will be back full and in effect. Back to all of our Trio of Danger shenanigans for sure. But any final thoughts on episode 5 before we close this bad boy out?
Nah, I mean, like I think that we're gonna start seeing it. Not saying like it needs to pick up or anything, but I think we're gonna see it pick up a lot more in these next few episodes. Yeah,
I don't know if this has ever been announced, and this will kind of be my final thing because I don't want my daughter to yell at me again. So. With 2 more demon worlds to explore, and we still gotta fight the Tamagotchis. Oh, that was one thing that I thought was cool. Laura Pansy had mentioned that the 3 Dragon Balls have never been collected.
Not even Goma.
They've never been assembled before, all 3. So that still kind of makes me feel like that winged, feathered creature that they keep highlighting at the end of during the intro sequence. It's either the intro or the outro, I don't remember, but they keep highlighting those feathers. I think that might be their dragon, which would be cool, like seeing like a winged bird dragon as opposed to like a dragon. I feel like that would be awesome. What was I just about to say? Oh yeah, with 2 more demon worlds to explore, like whatever Glorio's up to, like the fight with Goma, the 3rd demon eye, which we have to imagine is gonna show up in the show, because why bring it up? I feel like what I was gonna say, I don't know if like an episode count has been released, but I feel like there's so much that you can do with this show without feeling like it's gonna drag, and I'm super excited about that.
For sure.
Super excited about that. Well, because my boss told me I gotta go. We don't have no time for final words of wisdom unless you got a quick thing for the people, Trav.
Listen, the Dragon Ball dub is something you want to miss, and make sure you do your self-care like Abyss.
Hey, go handle look, I'm about to go handle my Hy-Bizness.
Yeah, go handle your business. Go handle your business.
The lifers, we call you, I'm about to speed through this. We call you guys the lifers because you quite literally put the L into B before L, and we know that we can't grow this spirit bond without you. So lend us your energy by way of likes, subscribes, follows on YouTube, all the social medias, and all that Jupiter Jazz parts 1 and 2. And the easiest way to do that is by clicking the all-powerful link tree of might in the episode description below. And like we always say here in the Kame House, the Toriyama build, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So open up your nerd eye, and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball for Life. Bow. Dodon Ray. Shout out to super producer Mikey and Dragon Ball GT.
We love you, Mikey. And shout outs to Yali. All caps.
All caps.
And Tay. And Ashi. And Layla.
Layla. Later, nerds. Yeah.
Mortals, listen up. It's your god of destruction, Beerus here. Subscribe and follow the Dragon Ball for Life podcast, or else you shall be erased from existence. Hakai.